All right, my friends, how you doing? It's the Oz Man again. So my GoPro actually is working today. Shockingly, it's working. So I'm gonna try to record some footage of myself in my new Schott p613s leather jacket, riding around. I'm gonna meet with a few friends if I can. I'm gonna try to catch up with them. If you don't know, there's been a lot of fires here in Los Angeles. Bad fire in Pacific Palisades, another one in Altadena, and the ash is all over the place. Let me just show you real quick my bike here. So, I don't know if you can pick it up, but you see all this little dust? That's not dust, that's ash. So all that is ash. I did try to wipe down the bike a bit, and so I'm not sure if you pick up all that stuff, but that's all ash on the bike. So yeah, there's just ash all over the place. So it's a sad situation out here. But I'm gonna be heading down southbound, so I'll be going away from the fires. So we'll see how it goes. Anyway, why don't you join me for the ride? Let's check out how the Schott actually does in a riding situation where you could actually see it. I did take it on the bike the other day, but my GoPro wasn't working then. Now it is. So I don't know, these GoPros. Anyway, let's go for a ride. So you can see me on the bike right now, heading down to meet some friends. I do want to point out that if you can see on the leather jacket, I have the lapel snapped down, and that's usually how the jacket is normally worn. But as I go on my ride, it's kind of a cold morning. I think it was about 50 degrees or so. And right now I'm in the street. I'm not on the freeway yet, so it's not too bad, but I'm only wearing a t-shirt underneath. So, you know, the wind can get right there, that, you know, the little opening there, the little V opening. So a little later, you're going to see, I'm going to try to close the lapels up so I can be a little warmer, but it is a little hard to do on the fly. You know, when you have a cafe racer type leather jacket, you can just zip it right up and it's not a big issue. All right, so I'm going down the freeway right now. I'm feeling the cold at full power. It's about 50 degrees this morning when I was riding. And, you know, now that I'm at full speed, I can really feel the cold kind of going down the opening of the jacket there where the collar is, you know, that kind of V opening. But I'm on my way right now to meet my friends. I was going to go down to Orange County Harley. I eventually do go down to Orange County Harley. But my friends said, hey, we're over here in Long Beach, stop by, we'll all ride down together. So I'm about to head over to Long Beach right now. But as you'll see in the video in a little bit, I actually just missed them. But anyways, you can see right now in the video my collar is still buttoned down there. But you're going to see in a second here where it's unbuttoned. And unfortunately, for some reason or another, my GoPro, see, you can see it's unbuttoned now. And for some reason or another, my GoPro, you know, it's a weird GoPro. It turns on, turns off. It's crazy. But anyway, I was not able to get the footage of me actually trying to adjust the collar by unbuttoning it and bringing the collar up a little bit. But as you can see right there, the collar is no longer snapped. I was able to pull it up from the snaps, and I zipped it up a little bit more. And you can see right there, see I'm working and trying to get it further up my neck. But it is, you know, one thing about this jacket, I'm just not used to this kind of Marlon Brando style jacket, where it's not as easy to adjust on the fly. So when you're on the bike and you want to warm up a bit, you know, it's a little bit of a pain. That could be because the jacket is still stiff, the collar is still stiff. Maybe I need to, in time when it breaks in a little bit, maybe it'll be more easier for me to do the adjustment to, you know, bring the zipper all the way up on a cold day. But right now it's still a little bit of a challenge. But once you get the collar up a little bit, then it does a pretty good job of keeping me warm. You know, as I ride more, I'm going to try different variations of how to work the zipper while I'm on the bike at the same time. All right. right, so I'm here in Long Beach. I'm supposed to meet my friends, but I think I might be missing them because they might be heading down OC Hardy, Orange County Hardy. But I'm gonna stop by here real quick because I saw a phone call pop up on my screen on my motorcycle. But unfortunately, I can't answer the phone when I'm on the bike. So I need to get some gas. I'm gonna stop and get some gas and then check to see if they called me. So far, the jacket's doing okay, but I just don't like when it's that you got these big lapels here, and when it's cold, you want to zip it all the way up, but the lapels, it's kind of hard because I don't know if it's the stiffness of the jacket or it just seems like you got to plan ahead if you're going to wear this jacket in the cold. You either zip it all the way up or you keep it down. So I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, the light's turning green. I just saw my friends leave. I just saw them leave. Oh my God. All right, so I'm gonna try to catch up with them instead of stopping because they already took off. I saw them heading out. So I'm gonna try to catch up with them. Let me see if I can fix this thing. All right, now you can see I was able to adjust the collar there a bit, bring in those lapels, zip it up a bit more. So now the jacket actually is keeping me pretty good, pretty warm right now. I'm feeling okay. It's holding off the wind, but I can't, obviously I can't bring the collar all the way up, like in that, like that Fonzie kind of look because of the helmet. And I'm going to comment on this later in the video when I get back home. But that's kind of as high as I can get it wearing a full face helmet. Now maybe if I was wearing a half helmet or whatever, it'd be different, but that's the full face. All right, I'm here in Orange County Hardy. Well, not Hardy, Orange County, but almost in OC Hardy. But I got to get some gas first. So anyway, the jacket does pretty good once you got it all zipped up. You just got to get it zipped up. Like it's on right now, but then like it won't stay on too long, and then it says overheating.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. That's happened.
You already have a low batteries. Right?
Yeah, I know. I have another battery in the saddlebag, but I don't know. Well, right now it's not shutting down. But when I was riding over here, I got off the freeway and it was on. I stopped at the red light and it shut off. It said overheating.
Interesting.
And then I went to the gas station, turned it on again, and then it said overheating. Now it's not overheating. Well, anyway. That was just me venting to my friend about my mini GoPro problems. And he was giving me his insight. Anyway, this is a little bit more of me riding the bike. I'm heading out with my friends. We're going down south. Kind of similar to the last ride. We're going down towards the San Juan Capistrano area. And going to stop, have something, have a drink, and then we're heading to Cook's Corner, which is over there in Trabuco Canyon. And then we head home after that. So that was the ride.
I have a GoPro and I have 3 batteries in my bag.
I'm here with Ronnie, GoPro action.
Hey, Jesus, where you at? I have the 360, you can seize the whole thing all the way.
Oh, well, this thing is a piece of junk. It keeps breaking, it keeps shutting down on me.
Which one is that, 3?
9.
9. I had a 4, I hated it, I got rid of it. Now I have the 360 and
you love it?
And you just take a picture and it shows the front, it shows the back, all that stuff.
Well, I think I'm buying one of those Osmos.
Yeah.
Osmos. They say it's good, so I don't know. But this thing's been a pain in the ass so far, but Oh well, my battery's almost done, but I'm gonna try to record some of it.
Wait a minute. Oz is over here talking all kinds of shit, but he's not really saying nothing. He's trying to come up with a good one, but like, Jesus Christ, you can think faster than that, can't you? I know what it is. It's the Black Sabbath suit and
Black Sabbath, baby. It's not gay boots, great boots,
and all this other shit. But so we got him coming along with us today. And
look at his boots. Look
make
at those boots. What are those? Where did you get those things
That
from?
reminds me, I gotta hook it up because it came undone. We're gonna go somewhere else. Cook's Corner.
Cook's Corner, baby. I'm heading back home. It was a pretty good ride. This is Cook's Corner right here, in case you're wondering. So anyway, time to head back home. All right, let's ride. Time to head home. Whew. Hell of a ride, my friends, hell of a ride. You know, it's so like I mentioned in the other video, sometimes the air can get in here and gets a little cold. But if you can cover it up like that, then it keeps the air keeps the air out. But anyway, let me get myself up to my place and we'll talk a little bit more about the Schott Perfecto p613s. My friends, got the Oz man with you. Just finished my ride. Finally, my GoPro is working. I don't know what the deal is with this GoPro, but if you're having GoPro problems, then the only thing I did is I took the battery out and I left it without a battery and without, well, actually the SIM card was in it. Is it a SIM card? No, excuse me. The micro SD card was in the GoPro, but I did take the battery out. I left it out for about a day and a half and then I just popped it in. And surprise, surprise, my GoPro is working. If you tuned into the last video, you know I got sick of my GoPro. It wouldn't turn on, and I don't know. GoPro's kind of crazy, my friends. I don't know. But anyway, I'm glad it's working. I'm glad I got some footage. And the one thing that I want to say in this video that I didn't say in the last video is that today it was kind of cold, and you probably saw a few times I tried to cover up here, right? Because normally the jacket, you know, stays in this kind of open position, everything snapped down. But when it's cold, too much air gets in here. So I had to, you know, try to cover up and bring it up all the way, the zipper. But, you know, you got the helmet and everything. But I have noticed that when it is in this kind of position, like here, like kind of like it is now, that it does a pretty fair job of keeping the wind out. Obviously, if I bring the whole collar up, everything up, come on, collar. This thing's still stiff as hell. Obviously, if I bring it all the way up like this, then, you know, it's probably going to keep me pretty warm. But, you know, the only thing is it kind of messes with your helmet because the helmet is coming down here. So something to keep in mind if you're a biker and you actually wear a full face helmet. If you want to zip the jacket all the way up to this, then it may be a little bit annoying because the collar comes up so high, you know, it comes up here. If you're just going to wear it to be out and about and hang out and maybe put a scarf or something, then I guess it's okay. But if you're riding, I found it to be a little challenging because you don't want to keep the back collar up here. This thing's so stiff. You don't want to keep the back collar up all the way, right? So what you're basically doing is kind of like a half thing here, right? We're just bringing the lapels up and going about like that. So something very important to keep in mind, because, you know, as you're riding, the wind's blowing and it's cold And again, this wind coming in here. So something I didn't bring up in the last video I wanted to touch on this video. Otherwise, the jacket has performed, pretty good. I'm pretty impressed with this thus far. The only other thing too is minor grievance, but this thing here, the belt, when you got it unbuckled, this piece of leather is just kind of hanging out there, right? So you need to put it into the loop here. Let me bring this camera down a little bit. You need to bring the loop here so you can put it inside, right? And then this one just snaps on. But the problem is that over time, I can see this being it could wear out. This little section right here, I think will eventually, the more you're doing this. So once again, I love this jacket. I'm very happy I bought it. But my one grievance, and the one thing I would tell Schott if I could give him any advice, is make a removable belt. You don't want to keep your belt like this all the time, because you're going to end up wearing this thing out. You're going to keep doing this. And this is genius. I love the snap here. But this thing, I don't know what they can do, but you just don't want to keep putting it like this. I just think that this is not the best long-term solution. I know that that's what everybody does, or they just leave it hanging out. But I think this is not the best long-term solution. So that's my one kind of criticism about this jacket. Otherwise, I think it's a great jacket. I get a lot of compliments. It looks cool. Everybody says, "Wow," they notice it right away. Another friend of mine goes, "Man, you look like you're hell bent for leather." That's what he said. And as I mentioned in my last video, I wear leather jackets all the time, but it's just that this one screams leather. But I will say, this jacket, what I like about this jacket is that it is hardcore. In my first video about the Schott p613s, I mentioned that there's other leather jackets, like there's the Yves Saint Laurent, the YSL L01, I think it is, which is about $6,000. And then you got Tom Ford with their leather jacket, which is around $9,000. And I don't know if you ever saw that movie 300, if you ever saw the movie 300. But in that movie, there's a scene where the Spartan king, I think his name was Leonidas, meets up with these other kind of, I forgot what country or city that this other warrior group was from. But he meets up with these other group, and they're going to go fight the Athenians, I think. Is it the Athenians? No, they're going to fight the Persians. I'm sorry, they're going to fight the Persians. So it must have been Athens. Athens joined up with Sparta. And the Athens say to Leonidas, the king of Sparta, "Well, you didn't bring that many men. I brought way more men. I guess my dedication to the fight is more extreme than you." And then Leonidas, the king of Sparta, goes, "Really? Oh, well, let's ask your troops where they're from and or what they do." So he'll go, "What's your occupation?" And one guy will say, "I'm a blacksmith." And then he'll go, "Okay, what's your occupation?" "Oh, I'm a cook." "What's your occupation?" "I'm a teacher." And he goes, "Really? Oh, I see." And then he would turn to his people and say, "Spartans, what is your occupation?" And they would go, "Hut, hut, hut." Now, the way I look at this leather jacket, you go up to an Yves Saint Laurent YSL 01, and you say, "What's your occupation?" And that jacket will say, "Well, I like to go to the Grammys and maybe to a nice leather club, maybe even have a little, a strawberry daiquiri at the end of the night. My occupation is leisure." And then you ask the Tom Ford leather jacket that costs $9,000, "What is your occupation?" And that jacket will probably say something like, "Well, I'm very upper class. And I only go to, fancy dinners and fancy occasions. I like to have a martini if I'm feeling a little wild. And, that's basically what I do." Then you ask the Schott p613s, "What's your occupation?" And you know what this leather jacket will say? It's going to go, "Hut, hut, hut." Because it's ready for battle, my friends. When I buy something, whether it's a Schott jacket or Wesco boots, I don't buy them to look pretty. I don't buy them to look fancy or stylish or fashion. I buy them because, one, I do like the way they look, whether it's the Wesco boots or the Schott, but they need to serve a purpose, my friend, especially when you're talking big money. This jacket's expensive, these boots are expensive.
And when I spend money, especially a lot of money, I am going to use that product to the fullest extent possible. So this jacket is not going to be sitting in my garage until that one night I go to the club. Oh, no, no, no. This jacket's got to work. It's got to earn its keep. Same with these boots. I didn't buy these West Coast to just go hang out at some leather club. No, no, no. These puppies got to earn their keep. So I'm very impressed with this jacket. I think it's a great jacket, and so far it's earning its keep. I'm going to, of course, put it in rotation with my other 2 leather jackets, as I mentioned in my last video, the BMG and the Hell jacket. I also got a Denese jacket. But it's going to be in the rotation, and I'm going to use it. So I think this is going to wrap up this I guess 3-part review on the Schott p613s jacket. But you know, I'm going to try to come back in about a year or 6 months or a year, something like that, and give you a more long-term review on this jacket. But if you're thinking about buying it, I think it's an amazing jacket. I love it so far. It looks cool. It feels great. Keeps out the cold. If you're going to ride with it, I think it's a good leather jacket to ride. Of course, as I mentioned in my last video, I wish it had some armor. But if you had armor, you know, everything's a give or take. If you had the armor, the bad thing is that now everything's all bulky. The great thing about this jacket is you can take it out to the club or a bar, and you can also go riding. You can go on a date. This jacket has multiple usage, and I plan to use it for everything. So, you know, take that for what it's worth. Anyway, I'm going to wrap up this video. Until next time, my friends, ride like the wind. Don't let that wind ride you. And I'll see you on the next video. Have a good one.